Hello all, how you doing? This is your instructor for MMSC491 and or 691. Let's see if you can figure out how to pronounce my last name. And if you guessed Dr. Boney, you'd be correct. So my name is Dr. Boney. Most students call me Dr. B. And this is a little video to kind of orient you to what you're going to be doing this winter session in this course. So this view should be fairly similar to what you see. And so I'm going to kind of go over a bunch of things first. Number one is the syllabus, just to go over some parts of that. And there's two things here. So let me just go ahead and open the syllabus. And you again can read all the other stuff, how to get in contact with me, course description, procedures, what you're going to learn, etc. Here is how you are graded. We basically have 3 exams. They are not cumulative. The part you really want to pay attention to, and because this is a winter session course, time will move very quickly. So everything basically runs from a Monday to a Sunday except the first week. Because of where Christmas fell, you have basically 4 days to do the first week's worth of work. It's not a lot, but just to make sure that you understand what that is. So you can see here that your first week, you have chapter 1 and 2 of the book, and then your assignments are going to be discussion 1 and 2 and quiz 1 and 2. And those are due 1/5/25, and the schedule follows weekly from that period. You can then see that your exam, chapter 1 through 4, you can take it any time between January 8th and January 10th. You should have gotten an email, or you should be getting an email very shortly from the testing center, telling you exactly how. It's probably going to be ProctorU or the testing center, depending on whether you're on campus or off. The testing center handles all that. I don't handle anything with exam scheduling, so that would be them. And you can kind of see how it goes down the list all the way. So here's basically the end of the course. All right, so that is kind of an introduction. You again can read all of this stuff. There is no extra credit. Basically, if you have an excused absence, you can make up an exam. Otherwise, you can't. That is a university policy. And again, you can read all the rest of this stuff. It's very important. I'm not trying to say it's not. It's just you have it in front of you and you don't need my understanding to do that. So let's get back to the course itself. When you get to the home screen, of course, there's going to be a video here, which is what you're watching. Second thing I need is a course procedural acknowledgement. So this basically says that you are not going to be using AI, that you are not going to be cheating, all of these types of things. And basically you're going to sign it and you are going to upload it. And so that's there. Next thing is this. So I want to talk a little bit about, for like a minute or two, about what this course is and how it's designed. This course is very, very textbook based, and that's for a lot of reasons. One of which is the vast majority of students that take this are pre-PA or med school. And so it's a course to kind of prepare you for some courses you're inevitably going to have in med school or PA school, which basically they're going to give you a textbook, and they're going to give you, maybe some online lectures, maybe not, and say you have an exam in 2 weeks on chapter 1 through 8, go. That's a lot of times what they do to kind of weed out some students who might not be able to hack it. Again, different colleges or different graduate schools do different things. So this is kind of one course that you have that's going to be way more textbook based probably than a lot of your other courses, and it's on purpose. Another thing about this is that you're going to see that there is a receding level of ancillary support. So what I mean by that is that up front, you're going to have a lot of ancillary support, little short videos, things like that. And as the course progresses, we get to the very last exam, and it's basically you and the textbook and the study guide. And again, that's on purpose. It doesn't mean you can't email me with any questions. Please do. I don't mind lecturing if you need to. But what all these things are is these are actually little mini video vignettes. They're about 4 to 5 minutes each, and they are fundamentals of some things. So like there's no point in us getting into, the intricacies of DNA repair mechanisms if you don't understand the, way DNA replicates or the structure of it. So that's the idea of what all these little things are in here. These are all little video vignettes, most of which I made, some of which I didn't if it was better than mine. So how do you access them? So again, video, you did the course procedure. Now you go here, you hit register for Edpuzzle. This is free, doesn't cost you a dime. You're going to go ahead and open this. And once you get here, you're actually going to go up to the right-hand corner and say sign up. And from that point, you can sign up with Edpuzzle right here. You put your first, last name, username, password, boom, you're in. Okay, so once you're in, then you're going to be able to access a lot of the videos. And let me show you what I mean by that. So if you were to just not register and be like, okay, well, let me go to, go down to here to this particular thing, and I start my first unit, and here I am, and it's going to talk about the structure and function of nucleic acids, and here's the first video on structured DNA. Well, I'm going to click on it, and like nothing's going to happen. And you can notice, by the way, my name is not here. I'm going to now pause the video and go log into Edpuzzle and come back, and let's see if we can figure out the difference. Now, you may have logged in and you notice, you're like, wait a minute, this looks exactly the same, and I clicking on Get Started, it doesn't work. Well, depending on whether you have Firefox or Chrome, sometimes you might have this. See up here where it says Firefox presented this site, you want to do Options and allow pop-ups, which is going to allow you to access kind of everything you need to access. And then from that point, if I basically renew the video, which I'll do right now, all I did was I hit refresh, and you'll notice that now my name is there. And now if I hit click started, now I can actually see the video. It looks like a YouTube video, but they're not. Even though there's a YouTube insignia, you'll see these little teardrops. And basically these are questions or comments that I embed in the middle of the video. So this is a quick 4.5-minute video. So once I get to one of these teardrops, it's going to ask a question. It'll tell you whether it's right or wrong straight up. That is not graded. So now let me go back to all of these things. Structure, DNA, replication, transcription, they're not graded. They're to help you. So these are just videos that fundamentally you should understand before you even tackle the book. This book is a pretty heavy book. It makes an assumption that you know a lot of the fundamentals of these particular topics before you even read it. So this is kind of what you're going to do. Again, the Edpuzzles are not graded. They're there to help you. So there's chapter 1, all the information. There's chapter 2. You'll see there's a lot of help for you. There's chapter 3, and then there's chapter 4, and then here's the exam study guide. So if you want to know what's on the exam, it's not a trick question. This is it. And I highly suggest that you go through the book and the videos, and you spend time on a lot of note taking, because this is basically the exam. I'm not here to be tricky. And you can see here that this item in red means that there's probably more than one question that's on that topic. And so that's kind of what's going to base a lot of your studying of what you do, as well as your actual quiz questions. So because this is a winter session course, I also did, I want to do another thing to kind of help you. I'm leaving the entire course open. So normally a lot of teachers would, after the first unit, then they open the second. I'm opening the whole thing. Now, the exams you have to take when the actual exam starts. But if let's just say you're going to be gone for 4 days 1 week and you want to work ahead, great. Go for it. Have fun. The entire course is open. The only things obviously are going to be the exams that you have to take. So now we get way down here, which is around chapter 10, 11, which is like the last week. And basically there's a little video that's going to explain how this works, but you're going to have some assignments to do, a little different assignments for chapters 10 and 11. And that'll be pretty much the only kind of ancillary resource that you would use, obviously besides a textbook. And then the very, very last thing is down here, and you can do this anytime. This is a case study. Dr. Biswas makes this case study worth 15% of your entire grade. That is a large percentage of your grade. So if one of your exams ends up being not so great, doing this correctly can absolutely help. So another thing here is if you are a non-honor student or an undergrad non-honor student, you're going to do this one. If you are an honors student, meaning that you're going to be using this class for honors credit, you must do this one. Or if you happen to be a graduate student, you must do this one. So for those of you that are looking at the 691 version and you're wondering, wait a minute, this doesn't look like my page. My page only has one case study for graduates. That's because I have 4 sections this winter session, and I'm not going to make 4 different videos for exactly the same course. The only difference obviously being the case study. So that's basically kind of how the course is set up. Again, it's very heavily textbook based. And another thing as well, I pride myself on Zooming with students. I am very much going to be, not just you hear me now and then you don't hear from me at the end of the course. I don't really like that. It is a lot more tougher over winter session. But I will be in touch. I'll make comments on some of your discussion boards. I'll be sending announcements out, stuff like that. If I notice your grade just started to slip, I might, reach out and be like, hey, what's going on? You need any help? So this is how the course is oriented. And again, if you're the type of person where like you don't need to talk to me and all right, dude, just tell me what I got to do. Well, you can use it this way as well. And so that's the way the course is oriented. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, good luck.